All right, so today we are diving headfirst into the future. Well, the industries that are going to redefine it, at
Yeah,
least.
we're talking about the fields everyone will be talking about in 5 years.
And those cocktail parties, you
Yes,
know.
exactly.
We found a fascinating document. It's in Spanish, which already tells you this is cutting-edge stuff that lays out 15 industries that are ripe for explosive growth.
You know, it's not about just sounding smart, though. Let's be honest, there's nothing wrong with that.
Of course not.
It's about understanding the major forces shaping tomorrow's world
Yeah.
and maybe getting ahead of the curve a little.
Exactly. So are you ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
First up, let's talk data.
Oh, yeah. Data, it's everywhere.
I mean, every click, every swipe, every purchase leaves a trail of information.
It's not even a trail anymore. It's an explosion.
Right.
And that's where data science comes in, because it's not just about crunching numbers. It's about finding the hidden patterns in all that data, the ones that can predict what customers want.
Yeah, like what I'm going to buy next week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or optimize those supply chains, even personalize your healthcare.
It's like having a crystal ball, but instead of a crystal ball, it's an algorithm that can tell the future.
And businesses are clearly catching on, because we're talking about a market projected to reach nearly $70 billion by 2027.
Wow, that's a lot of data and a lot of dollars. But this isn't just some tech vacuum, is it?
Not at all. This data explosion is fueling something we call the Internet of Things,
Okay, the Internet of Things.
or IoT for short.
IoT, got it.
But basically, think smart homes that adjust the temperature before you even realize you're cold.
Oh, that sounds kind of nice, actually.
Or cars that can schedule their own maintenance appointments.
Okay, that's handy.
Even cities that can optimize traffic flow in real time.
Okay, so that one sounds both amazing and also maybe a little creepy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. It's got to be used responsibly, but it all comes down to data and the security of that data.
Right, because when everything's connected, keeping it secure becomes mission critical.
Exactly, and it's not just about, protecting your inbox from spam anymore.
Yeah, no more Nigerian princes.
This is about safeguarding critical infrastructure from attacks, protecting financial systems, making sure that the entire digital world is safe.
So you're saying that learning how to code is no longer just a cool party trick, it's basically essential.
I'd say it's becoming a very, very valuable skill set.
Okay, so to sum up, we've got data science uncovering those hidden patterns, the Internet of Things connecting everyone and everything, and cybersecurity standing guard over it all.
And they're all interconnected, each one shaping and influencing the others.
It's like a giant web.
In a way, it is.
And we're all caught in it.
But we're all part of it, for better or for worse.
Okay, so we've got data flowing everywhere, connecting everything.
Right.
But how does that actually translate into, like, building the future?
Well, this document goes into some really cool technologies that are doing just that. First up, artificial intelligence.
Okay. AI.
More AI, for short.
AI. And when most people hear AI, they think robots taking over the world.
Sure, it's a common image.
Hmm.
And while this document does touch on some pretty impressive advancements in robotics, AI is about so much more than just robots.
Okay, so it's more than just robots then.
It's about making machines smarter, giving them the ability to learn and solve problems.
Learn and solve problems. Like how?
We'll take personalized medicine, for example.
Right.
AI algorithms can analyze huge data sets of genetic information and medical records to develop personalized treatment plans,
Right.
Tailored to an individual's needs.
So it's like instead of getting the same treatment as everyone else, AI can help doctors create a treatment plan that's just for me.
Exactly, and it's already happening, which is kind of wild to think about.
Wow, that's incredible. From robots to personalized medicine, it seems like there's no limit to what AI can do. But what about this blockchain thing?
Ah, yes, blockchain.
I'll be honest, I don't really get it.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex concept,
Yeah.
but it's basically about creating secure systems for storing and sharing information.
Okay, so how does it do that?
Well, think of it like a digital ledger that's spread across multiple computers, instead of just one, making it virtually impossible to hack.
So instead of having like one bank controlling everything, everyone has a copy of the information.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so secure, because it's not reliant on a single point of failure. Blockchain is incredibly resilient.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not just about cryptocurrency then?
No, not at all. While blockchain is definitely associated with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, it can be used for so much more. We're talking revolutionizing voting systems, protecting intellectual property, even transforming how we verify our identities online.
It's like the potential of blockchain is as vast as the internet itself.
I think that's a pretty accurate comparison. But let's move on to something a little more tangible. This document also highlights 3D printing.
Oh, 3D printing. I've seen those machines that can basically create anything.
Exactly. It's also called additive manufacturing. And it's really starting to transform industries from healthcare to aerospace to construction.
Hmm.
For example, it allows designers to create and test prototypes of their ideas much faster than traditional methods.
So instead of just imagining something, you can print it out and hold it in your hand.
Exactly. And it's not just about speed either. 3D printing allows for incredibly customized designs. So you could potentially create products that are tailored to an individual's exact specifications.
It's like having a Star Trek replicator, but instead of tea Earl Grey hot, you can print out a new pair of shoes.
Precisely. And the applications go far beyond consumer goods. We're talking about custom designed medical implants, lightweight aircraft components, even entire houses.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing.
Right.
But this document also talks about virtual reality.
Yeah, VR.
And I know it's popular for gaming, but are there other uses?
Oh, absolutely. VR is rapidly expanding into other fields like education and training healthcare therapy. You can now find surgeons using VR to practice complex procedures.
Really? So they can practice before operating on a real person.
Exactly. They can hone their skills in a risk-free virtual environment. And VR is also being used to treat phobias, PTSD, and other conditions by creating these immersive experiences that help patients confront their fears in a safe and controlled way.
Wow, the possibilities really do seem endless. Imagine one day we might even be taking virtual vacations instead of dealing with airports and luggage fees.
It's an interesting thought, isn't it? But let's move on to an industry that's really getting up close and personal: genomics.
Genomics. Okay, so we're talking about the study of genes and DNA, right?
Exactly. And it's revolutionizing healthcare. With genomics, we can create personalized medicine tailored to an individual's genetic makeup.
So it's like instead of a one-size-fits-all approach to healthcare, genomics allows doctors to customize treatments for each patient.
Precisely. And the implications go far beyond just treating existing conditions. Genomics also has the potential to help us prevent diseases.
Wow, so it's like having a crystal ball for your own health?
In a way, it is. By understanding our genes, we gain incredible insights into our own bodies.
So we've got AI, blockchain, 3D printing, virtual reality, and genomics, all industries with incredible potential.
And that's just the beginning.
Okay, so we've talked about all this amazing tech, but what about the industries that are going to shape our physical world? You know, the ones that actually build stuff.
You mean like construction?
Yeah, like construction.
Well, this document highlights drones as a major growth industry, and not just for delivering packages.
Right. I've heard about drones being used for all sorts of things now.
Yeah, we're talking about drones for agriculture, like surveying crops and spraying pesticides.
Oh,
They're even being used in filmmaking to get those incredible aerial shots. And imagine their potential in search and rescue operations, reaching areas that are difficult to access after a natural disaster.
it's like having a bird's eye view of everything. Which actually reminds me, this document also dives into nanotechnology.
Yeah, nanotechnology, it's like something out of a science fiction movie.
Right. It sounds super futuristic.
But it's already having a real impact. It's all about manipulating materials at the atomic level to create things that are stronger, lighter, more efficient.
Okay, so what kind of things are we talking about here?
We're talking about lighter and stronger materials for airplanes, for example, or even sporting equipment. And then there are the medical applications, like tiny sensors that can detect diseases much earlier than current methods. There's even talk of nanobots that could deliver drugs directly to cancer cells.
Okay, now that's some serious Back to the Future stuff right there. But let's shift gears from the microscopic to the global. This document also talks about renewable energy.
Which is more important now than ever with climate change and everything.
Absolutely. We need to find cleaner and more sustainable ways to power our world.
Exactly. And the demand for renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and geothermal is only going to increase.
It's a huge opportunity.
We're talking about $1 trillion market.
Wow, $1 trillion. That's a lot of green. But speaking of green, this document also highlights an industry that's often overlooked in these conversations about the future, the care economy.
The care economy. It's not as flashy as AI or nanotechnology,
Mm.
but it's essential.
Absolutely. It's about taking care of each other. And as populations age, the demand for healthcare, childcare, and other essential services is only going to grow.
This document makes a good point that it's a field where human connection and empathy are so important, even as technology plays an increasingly bigger role.
Right, because at the end of the day, technology can only do so much. We still need that human touch.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about providing personalized care and support,
Yeah.
creating a more compassionate, inclusive society.
Well said. So to wrap things up, we've covered a ton of ground today, from data science and drones to nanotechnology and the care economy.
We've explored some really exciting industries, And they're all interconnected in some way.
It's like this giant web of interconnectedness.
It is, and it's constantly evolving.
Exactly. And as we navigate this exciting but complex future, the ability to learn, adapt, and evolve is going to be more important than ever.
Couldn't agree more.
So stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring. Until next time, keep diving deep into the future.
See you next time.